Well, hello everybody. Welcome to fall of 2024 to BCIS 1305. I have a lot of you this semester, 2 sections online for the full 16 weeks and 1 8-week online. So welcome. If you don't know me, I am Dr. Becky Sue Parton, and I'm going to be your professor for this semester. And I thought maybe we had escaped the heat. You know, June and July was so nice for Texas, but I'm recording this now here at the beginning of August, and yep, it caught up to us. We're in those hundreds, so it's always hard to say welcome to fall when it's 100 degrees, but welcome. And it's going to be a really fast and furious kind of semester. Especially for you that are just taking this course in 8 weeks, because remember, that means it's the same amount of work in half the time. And so either way, there is a lot of work in this course, but I think you're really going to find it really hands-on and useful, and something that you can apply to kind of whatever job that you're going to have in the future, or if you're going on with your studies, whatever it is. So a little bit, well, first of all, if you want to know more about me and my kind of some of my family and hobbies and my background for, scholarly background, I have a About Me PowerPoint that you can take a look at. So I won't do a lot of that in this video, although I will show you Miss Angel because she likes to help and she says hi. I rescued her a year ago. So anyway, I just want to briefly tell you a little bit about this course and what to expect. It is different than a lot of the courses, especially if you've taken other courses with me. I like to do a lot of hands-on stuff and, lecture and do screencasts and show you how to work with tools and all of those kind of things. Well, that's not this course. This course is very kind of, I don't want to say automated, but it uses a lot of the automated tools to learn the software. And there are still other, aspects and things I'll be giving feedback on, papers and stuff. But for the majority of this course, it is learning how to use Microsoft Office. And there's a system, Cengage, SAM, whatever you want to call it. And it walks you through how to start, learning all those skills in the software. So there's a lot less like lecture material from me and more from using those tools, and then there is also some content that you'll be reading through the book and the PowerPoints and stuff. So it is different, and it's it's one of these courses where we have a lot of sections, and so we try to keep it very similar between the different professors across all those sections. And so basically, this is my disclaimer. Don't blame me, blame the department, blame the state of Texas, but there are just things that we have to do, including the group project and other things that it's just kind of uniform across. So you won't get as much, like I said, as much directly from me in this course as others, but I'm here and I'm happy to always help you. I have tried in the past to add in my own assignments and try to take some of the things that you're learning, like in Word and Excel and Access, and create projects with those, like making resumes and inventories and things. And the feedback I've gotten from students is that they don't really want that. Not that they don't appreciate it, but there's just already so much work that it's kind of overwhelming to add anything. And so while I do try to sometimes give you some extra tips and extra things you can read, the feedback I have received is just that there's already a lot. There are 55 assignments in this class, and you can check all that out in detail on the schedule and everything. So that's why. But you will get good experience with those. I will tell you the software can be kind of frustrating. The SAM software, just because it wants you to do the task exactly like it wants, and so sometimes, and I'm telling you, I get just as frustrated as I'm sure you might sometimes, and say, but I know it works this other way. Well, it does, but you have to do it just like the system wants. So just get used to that. I give you some more instructions on that kind of in the walkthrough of the course. But just know that also another thing that I got from feedback from students, in the past, I had a assignment, and I had like a 2 to 3 day window for each little thing, like word 1, word 2, and so forth. And so I had due dates for every single one, and it was really laid out. And the feedback I've received is that it's kind of too micro that way. And that, sometimes life happens, and so it's hard, if you get off track by one or something. And so the approach that I use now is I have things grouped in larger modules. And so you'll notice that there's like 12 things due on a certain date. That does not mean that you should be doing 12 things at 11:30 at night the day, but it's due, because it'll just never happen and you'll go crazy. But I've blocked them that way so that you can manage your own time and just know what's due in that little block. And so you'll notice in our course management there, I don't have dates on the left like I normally would for each week. I have things kind of grouped like into Word and into lecture assignments and all that. But what I do have is a calendar that is very clear, and it shows you exactly what things are due at each one of those time frames. And so I encourage you to really kind of, I don't know if anybody still prints. I still print. Really take to heart that schedule. And I do have the due dates. They'll show up on your Brightspace calendar. But that's why I do it, so you have some more flexibility. So what that means, excuse me, is that it's better to do things early than to wait, because you never know when one of those emergencies is going to come up in your life. And so, there's no penalty for doing anything early. And that way you kind of build yourself in some buffer time. So that's my recommendation. That's the big thing with this class, is just don't get behind. It is not a rocket science type class. Okay, you can do this. This is something that if you just tackle it and stick with it, you will be able to be very successful in this course. But if you get behind, it just kind of snowballs, and then you get overwhelmed, and then pretty soon, it's just, you're toast. So that would be my biggest advice for you. Now, I'll periodically give you more updates and announcements and videos, and we'll talk more about the different aspects. For now, just make sure you can get into the Cengage system. Make sure that when you click on the links that it opens up, your book and stuff. Should be a lot easier now than it was in the past, because it's all integrated, and so everyone should have access. But still check that. Make sure you do your little syllabus quiz so that I can give you credit for the census, that you were participating in the class. And then we will do a little PowerPoint assignment to kind of get us started. That's the only one that's not in Cengage. We use the actual software for that. And then after that, the other three, Word, Excel, and Access, will all be through the software. So that's a little bit about what to expect. I hope you love technology as much as I do. I know I'm old, but my first computer was a Commodore 64. And so I have been through like all these changes. I was there when the Office, all the Word and Excel, that when it first came out. In fact, I remember using things before that, like Works and Lotus 123 and stuff. So I've been there through all the changes, and it's really fun to see where we're going and how it keeps changing in the future. And so I love technology, and I hope you will too. Let me know if you need anything, and have a wonderful fall semester. Alrighty, bye-bye.